Help of Hashem, in Parashas Emor, the Torah says that a kohein he has to marry in a proper way. Almono, grusho, vechalolo, zoino, he cannot take, he has to take besulo, kohen gadol. And then it talks about cannot have any blemish. I'm going to read the pasuk. Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe leimo. Daber Aharon, speak to Aharon lemoy. Ish miza'acha ledorotam. Any man from your descendants through the generations, asher iye bo imum, that he has a blemish. Lo yikrav la'akriv lechem oloiv. He cannot come close to bring a sacrifice, to bring the bread to God. Ki kol ish asher bo mum lo yikrav. Any man that has a blemish cannot come close to Hashem. Ishiveh, a blind person, piseach. Piseach means he's crippled. Charum, his nose is sunk in. Sarua, one of his limbs are greater than the other. One eye is bigger than the other. One limb, one hand is longer and one is shorter, etc. Deformed is not 100%. There's no symmetric in his body. Or even one who break his legs or his hand, etc. Giben, dak, tavlul beino, garad, yalefet, all those types of blemishes. It says, lo yigash la'akri fesish Hashem, he cannot come close. Cannot come close in front of Hashem. Mumbo, he has a blemish. Eslechem eloiko, the bread of his God, lo yigash la'akriv, he cannot come close, bring close to Hashem. He cannot be the representative to bring the bread to Hashem. So we know, this we see all over, in the previous parasha, somebody that is tameh cannot come into the Beis Hamikdash impure. And the Torah, last parasha, uses a much stronger word. Es mikdoshi tiro, you have to fear my temple. You can't just walk in, tameh. The Gemara says you cannot even walk in with your shoes, with your clothing, with dust on your legs. You cannot spit on the ground of the Azorah. It's a holy place. You have to give respect. And not only that, you have to give respect. Part of giving respect to Hashem, the service, those who serve Hashem, cannot be not symmetric and beautiful and all together. I remember when I was a young boy, my sister went to learn in England, and Gateshead. She came back and she said, we had a relative that he got, in England, there is lords and they give you all those titles. You do things to the government and this and that, connected to the kingdom. It's a whole world. And she said, one of my cousins or something, my not so religious, very wealthy, his family became a lord, and they wanted the son to be the queen's guard, national guard, queen's guard. And she said you have to be at least 1.90 meters tall, and not only that, you cannot have any blemish, any scar on your face. You cannot be seen on your hands and on your face. Cannot be. Let's say you were a child and you fell, and they made some kind of stitches or something, and he sees a kind of a mark or a birthmark or something, he cannot be part of the queen's guard. He says, this is what it means in the Torah. Kal v'chomer, when you serve Hashem, you cannot be a blemished guy, deformed guy. I was in America, not in a mission of fundraising, but kind of, I went to a levaya of one of my donors, mother, father, brother. A couple of times I went to the levayas of the family. And the father was not religious, a little bit, reform, very not clear. But there was a yeshiva there, Chaim Yeshiva. And they brought for the Shabbos of the Shiva Shabbos, or while he was sick, before his, I don't remember exactly the time, but the point is, they brought from the Chofetz Chaim's yeshiva, they brought 10 boys to be there on Shabbos and sing. And because, I remember these words, because they're all clean-shaved, young guys, clean-cut, look beautiful, influenced the guy and he gave him a lot of money. I'm not going to say what, a building, who knows, he gave him a lot of money. So what I saw from that, he said clearly, you guys are such a beautiful school, everybody's clean shaved, clean cut, they wore clothing, they were singing nicely, behaving nicely. So what he wants to be part of that. He wants to associate with such a school. You hear this from Emmanuel? When you represent something people want to be part of, the house of Hashem, as to be the pictures, the scenery, as to be, nobody can be with blemish and deformed. The Jewish people are chesed nation. True. But when you mark, there's the house of Hashem, the house of Hashem, let the blemish of the sick serve Hashem. Hashem is a loving God, a merciful God, and I have blemish and sick people, and we help everyone, and everybody has a share. No. Hashem says, Kimum boy eslechem eloikov leyigash. Because this represents the Jewish people, represents kingdom, cannot be blemished. He cannot wear rather than clothes a Talmid Chacham which has some fat on his clothing and people want to come close to him because they're afraid to be. Now she says that he has some fat, chaylev, and people are afraid to be stuck to them. So he's chayiv misa, deserve death, because he represents Torah. Shmuel told Shaul, you, very big honor of you, a very modest person, but you cannot forget you're a leader of the Jewish people. And this is really what every individual student has for yeshiva has to feel. You hear this, Yosef? You represent the one who serves the lechem of Hashem. So you have to wear beautiful sunglasses, beautiful, you cut your hair beautiful, you shave nice, you wear dressing, nice clothes, you can wear yeshiva clothes, not yeshiva clothes, it doesn't matter. But you have to look nice. My father, bless his memory, used to say that a rabbi cannot look fat. Why? Slob, I would say. Slob and fat. Why? Because then people think, they see this is the Torah. A Torah person has to be altogether clean, cut, exercised, in shape, and sharp. He represents the Torah. When they see an old rag man, fatty and schlubby and this, that's not it. That's not the way the Torah needs to look. You only can serve in the Beis Hamikdash from the year of 25 years old to 50. Why? A Levi. Why only from 25 to 30? 50. To 50, I mean. Why from 25 to 50? So Chazal say, the ikar koyach of a person, when a person has full power, 25 years old. 20 years old, 19 years old, you can run around in the army and run the quickest, but you don't have the full power. The full power of a person, when you're 25 years old, you have das and power. Till 50. Can be 51, you're strong, no. You're outdated, out. You can do side things. You cannot serve Beis Hamikdash. As an age group, the way you look, you represent Hashem. So I want to explain, this is my chiddush today, that a kohen cannot be blemished kohen It's a double reason. It's number one is for scenery for others. The way people look on serving Hashem will affect the people that see that the service of Hashem are blemished, so will affect Klal Yisrael. That's one svara, which is true. And number two is for the person himself. When a person himself is deformed, he's blemished, doesn't look good, doesn't take care of himself, so he himself is hefza, is a hefza mum. Okay, sometimes you were born like that. You broke your legs and your arm. It is not something that happened to you. It's a reason why Hashem brought it to you, but it's a fact. You blemish. A blemished person, when you go to the army, you need to get 100. You have to have a score, right? Today in Israel they give you 97 because you have bris milah takes away 3 points. You blemished. 100% but if you have a bris milah it's 97. So every Israeli soldier is 97. But really it's not true. That's a Greek way to word. The one who have not bris milah, they're blemished. We are clean. We took off the blemish, the orlo. It's a mamash mistake, but that's how they look at it. Which means, but the same idea, they're looking for a soldier to be 100% healthy. Now, if you're not healthy, I cannot serve. Yes, you can do. You can do all the side jobs. A job, you take care of the cars. You can clean the windows. You can peel the potatoes in the kitchen. It's all great. All doing chesed to Hashem and part of that Hashem. But you cannot be a representative. So a representative is not only for others, also for this thing itself, and the chefta itself. The chefta of Mikdoshi Tiro, honor of Hashem, is not honored to have a deformed and not symmetric, non-blemish, smart, sharp, look good person serving us in the Beis Hamikdash of Hashem. And this, what Hashem is teaching us. This we have to learn for ourselves, yeshiva bochim. My father used to say, I need to buy my wife, which is my mother, may bless her memory, beautiful clothing. Why? Because when I go fundraise, the rich people don't know how much Torah and Mesiras Nefesh my wife has and what I have in Isha. They don't know anything. But they see a beautiful woman. They see she's all together, beautiful sheitel, she looks together, and she comes and speaks. So right away they give different respect. The check is different numbers. It's affect people. What I wanted to say is for ourselves as yeshiva boys, we have to know. We have to dress properly. We have to be clean and smell good. And we have to clean and shave our beards or cut our beards, not shave. You have to have said beard is covered odom. At least, trim it. It's nice. Clean, wash it. You have to exercise. Today I saw Bochim exercise in the corner. I was very happy. One guy was telling me, I'm exercising. I was very happy. I had an opportunity down below to build a basketball courtyard for playing, or to build more homes, or more place for people to live in dorms. What I decided? Exercise. Why? Because if the boys are not together and exercise, they become deformed and blemished. They cannot function well. Exercising, how do you exercise? You can go to exercise room, machinery, who knows what. You can play, do it with fun, playing. It's all good. You have to move your body. You have to exercise, you have to be healthy, eat healthy. We used to have years that we used to have 2 kitchens in Yeshiva. I don't remember that. Maybe you should remember that? We used to have 2 kitchens. One kitchen is industrial food. The other kitchen, one of the Bachim in Yeshiva volunteered, and a couple of guys, was Ben Shilera, was what's his name, Orbach, what was his name, first name I forgot, whatever it is, no, not Shlomo, another guy, the Breslov guy, I forgot his name, whatever it is, 2 guys, my father gave them a kitchen in the Yeshiva, and they prepared only healthy food. Healthy food, which means the bread was all healthy, whole wheat, everything was healthy. Barely sugar, barely oil, all healthy. Now their ideas, who knows? Didn't work out for too long. But it's true. Yeshiva Bochim should have healthy food, not industrial junk food that hurts our body. When we have Kiddush on Shabbos. Many times when I used to run the Kiddush myself, I used to run for years and years, about 20 years, 30 years. My wife, she lived 100 to 120. She was torech to be involved with the Kiddush in Yeshiva. So I told her mainly fruits. Yeah. Don't pastry, remember that? You bring all those pastries, you come out like a margarine.
And then you have another meal.
Another children with more and more. No, it has to be healthy food. The boys can come out happy. It has to be good and tasty, but healthy. This is serious. This is real. All this thing is real. My dream is to have not two kitchens, one kitchen. Healthy, but it has to be tasty. That's very hard. It doesn't come together so good. You have to really know how to do it well, that the health and the taste comes together. That's not so easy. We didn't found the proper formula yet to do it very tasty, very healthy. But that has to be done. Or mainly healthy, a little bit tasty. Mainly, you have to know how to do it proper. The balance of the boys, young boys will enjoy it. But that's really what it is. We Yeshiva represent Hashem in the world, godliness in the world. You have to speak different. You have to be kosher. It says to eat kosher, what it says. So I'm your God and I'm holy. You have to eat kosher, as the Ramban says. It affects the body or the soul. Which body? You have that body of attacking and grabbing and killing animals. That midos of animals, of fish. Who knows what that attack and paranai fish that attack and kill and bite. And lions and tigers. Or animals which are calm. That's what goes in your body. Those midas comes out of you. We represent Hashem. We tzivois Hashem with the army of Hashem. The proper food, the way we need to look. Okay, we have to do chesed. Sometimes we can't be. We're not zdoim in amoira. But we have to strive for that. We have to push. Every individual has to work on himself to look proper. And to speak properly, and to act properly. And this definitely will bring the desire of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to put the Shekhinah back on us. We'll see Mashiach Tzidkenu Rabbeinu. Amen.